Hi everyone, my name is Abel Gray Cantoma. I'm from Greatest Design Consult. This is my WhatsApp contact. You can reach me on this number or you can call me on any of these numbers, okay? Today I'm going to be showing you how to actually come about your elevated tank design using staadpro, okay? I'll be taking you through that process, by the way. Okay, so I'll double click on staadpro software. We have covered structural designs and detailings, mechanical and electrical service drawings. We've covered architectural working drawings. We've covered 2D, 3D of architecture. And then on structures, we've covered the structural aspect, the structural designs and the detailing. We've actually covered road designs. We've covered water designs as well. So you can actually visit the channel. Down below the description of this video you'll find a link to that channel. Visit the channel and actually keep yourself busy, okay? Okay, I'm gonna close this and then here I'm gonna click on new project. I'll click on this space. I'll name this elevated tank. Good. And then I'll click on next. Yes, I'll click on finish. Now you can see we have a grid here. I'm going to turn off that grid. Then I'll go to my geometry. I'll come to run structure wizard. It's actually loading. I'll click on this drop down here, click on frame model. I'll click on this grid, double click on it. Here I'm going to use 4 meters as the length. I'm going to use 3 meters as the height. I'm going to use 4 meters as the width. All these are assumed values, okay? So I'll make all of this. It's just in one direction. So now you can see what we have here. If I close this, I'll click on yes and I'll click on OK. You can see what we have. So I'll click here on this beam notes. I'll click on this also, and then I'll right click and then I'll come to insert notes. I'll insert at midpoint. I'll do the same thing for this other side. Make sure you hold on control in order for you to select multiple beams. I'll insert and I'll click on OK. I've covered all the introduction that has to do with staadpro on my YouTube channel. Just go down below the description of this video. You will see all of that in this channel. Okay, right now to connect this and this, all I need to do is I'll just switch this to my front view. If I do that, I will just come to geometry and I'll connect. Sorry, what am I doing? Sorry, I'll have to highlight this first. Switch this to node cursor. I'll highlight this, come to geometry, connect beams along X, and I click on OK. I'll switch to 3D. You can see we have this connected. So to have this connected, I'll switch here to this direction, my left hand, left direction, or my left view, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll go to geometry and then I'll connect beam along Z axis and I'll click on OK. And then let's view this in 3D. You can see what we have. I'll click this to my front view. I'll highlight all of these nodes and then I'll copy the nodes and I'll paste it along my Z direction, my Y direction, sorry. So it's at Y direction 11.5. Let's say this is going to be an elevated tank at 11.5 meters high. And say if I click on OK, I will highlight all of these nodes and I'll come to geometry and I'm going to connect this along Y axis. Now you can see it has been connected. Let's view this in 3D. Good. Now let's come back to this view. At this view now, I'll select this. I'll right click, copy, and I'll paste. And then I'll take this along Y direction, 3 meters height. Click on OK. I'll highlight this. I'll copy, and then I'll paste. and then along -3 meters, because it's actually going downward, so it's actually going to be a negative. Copy, and then I paste, and then I make it -3, and then I click on OK. Good. If you love what you're seeing, why not like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. It's actually free. Click on the bell icon so as for you to get a notification whenever I post videos. I post videos like this on a weekly, sometimes on a daily, just to encourage as many that actually want to have a deeper insight of design. Okay, now let's go down into it. Okay. I'm going to draw a beam along this, and this. So let's draw a beam. I'll add a beam, and then I'll click here, I'll click here. Now let's view this. What do we have? Good. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. So I'll highlight this. Yes. Save. Beam cursor. I'll highlight my beam. I'll copy, and then I'll paste. -3. I'll highlight, copy, and paste. -3. So let's view this. Okay, good. To have this, I can just highlight, and then I'll copy, and then I'll paste. -3. So you can try out any means you feel is actually going to make your work much more easier and faster. Okay, so there are different ways you can actually use to achieve the same result. Okay, so the major thing is for you to understand how to make proper use of the tools in the software, which I have covered very much well in my YouTube channel. It's very, very much available there. Okay, great. Now we have this. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to add a plate to this to the tank itself. Okay, this is the tank which is here. So to add a plate to this, let me take this here, and I'll take a cross section of this, and I'll go here and I click on OK. I'll make this. So this is just what we have here. So I'll click this on 3D, and then I'll add 4 noded plates. I'll click here, click, that plate has been added there. Click, click, it has been added here as well. Click, click, click here, click here, click here, click here. So let's do for the bottom here. So it's actually not very, very difficult to come up with your model, or to model on this software. It's actually not very much difficult as most people might actually think. So to have all of this, I'll just click on display whole structure, and I have all of my structure here. Okay, that's nice. If I right click here and I come to structural diagram, and I click on a full section, and I click on apply, I click on OK. What is going on here? Sorry, structural diagram, full section. Okay, sorry, let me highlight this. Okay, I'm in Node. Okay, full section. Okay, let me go to none. Take it back to structure diagram, full section, apply. Okay. Okay, we'll come back to that. I'll figure that later. It's actually not very, very important. It's just for me to see how. Sorry, I've not assigned a section to this. Okay, I need to define the cross section in order for me to see it in the structural diagram. I'm sorry about that. I'm actually moving faster than my shadow. So let's come back to general, and then I'll go to my define, and I'll come to here, and then I'll make this for my beam. I'm going to make it 0.3, which is 300 mm by 300 mm is going to be square. The cross section is going to be a square, and then for the column I'm going to make it 0.35, which is 350 mm square column, and I'll click on OK. You're at liberty to choose whatever size of structural member you want to use, but you must consider the safety and then first, then the economical aspect of it. So it has to be safe, not just safe, then it has to be economical. If it is safe and it's not economical, it's not actually very, very reasonable to do a design that is actually not economical. Okay, now this is for my beam, which is 300 by 300. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to select all of my beams. So to select my beams, I'll come to beam parallel to X, and I'll select here. I'll come parallel to Z, and I'll select. And then I'll assign to selected beams. I'll click on assign, and I click on yes. But right now, I don't need this beam that is here, here, and here, so I'm going to take that off. So I'll click here, and I'll go to select, and then beams parallel to y-axis. So I'll assign to selected beam. I'll click on assign, and I click on yes. But the column here, let me zoom this column here, it's not needed, so I'll delete that. So I'll come to plate thickness, and then I'll assign to view. I'll click on assign, and I click on yes. So you can see only the plates have been highlighted. So now if I try to do my structural diagram, if I click on full section, I should be able to see that. Now you can see it's giving me a full section of this structural member, excluding the plate anyway. So let's take this back to none. I'll click on apply, and I click on OK. I'm sorry for that break. Okay, I had some little challenges there. Okay, okay. So the next thing here I'm gonna do is to go to my support, and then I'll click on create, and then I'll click on add. Okay, and I'll click this, and I'll switch this to this. I'll highlight this, and I'll assign, and I'll click yes. Okay, so the next thing here for me to do is to actually add my analysis and print. Okay, sorry, I need to do my load combination. Let's come to load combination, click on add, click on dead. I'll make this dead load. I'll add dead load, and then I'm going to add fluid. Okay, because I'm designing a tank. Okay, so hydro star. So it's an hydrostatic. I'll click on OK. Here I'll click on add, and I'll click on add here. I'll click close. I'll assign this to the view. Yes. Here I'll click on add. I'll come to plates. I'll come to hydrostatic. I'll select plates. I'll come to plate cursor here. So this is my plate. I'll click on done. Here within the range, let's say 3 to 45. So I'll make it minus 45 because it's acting downward on this. So at X direction, global Y. Y direction, global Y. Okay, click on add, click on OK. Okay, all of this is correct. I will come back here and click on add, auto load combination. I'll use British. I'll make it BS8110 because it's a concrete, reinforced concrete. I'll click on add, and I'll click on OK. All right. So after doing this, the next thing here I'm going to do is to come to analysis and print. I'm going to add my analysis, and I'll close, and I'll come to run analysis. So I'll click on yes. So it's actually running in the background. Good. Now you can see we don't have any errors. We have 8 warnings and 0 notes. Okay, which is okay. So let's go to post-processing mode. Okay. Click on apply, click on OK. All right. So you can check the moment, all of this, share at Z. So you can go through all of this. Let's come to beam here. I'll take off this. So if I double click on this beam, you can get to see the deflection here, the bending, the load, the property. Okay, I'll close this. All right. After all this being done, let's come back to modeling. Let's go to geometry. Let's come to design. Here now, automatically this is actually for steel, because the only BS you are going to see is C5400 5950. This is for steel. So I'll click on concrete. So if I come down to this drop down here, I'm going to see BS8007. Okay, I'll select my parameters here. I'm going to include okay, let me just include everything here. Take out everything here. I'll add compressive strength of concrete. That's the characteristic strength of my concrete. That of my steel is added as well. And then I click on OK. let's come to define material. So for my concrete, let's say I'm using 20. So so if you do that conversion in kilonewton per meter square, so this is what you are actually going to be having. So if I add for this, so I'm going to be using 410. Let's see what we have. How many zeros there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's perfect. So it has been added, I guess. Let's check. Good, it has been added. So this I'll assign to my entire view. Yeah, I'll assign this to my entire view as well. So let's come to my command. I'll add this, and I'll also add this. So all have been added. Let's come here. So my beam, I'll select all my beams along X direction, along Z direction. I'll assign to selected beam, assign, yes. So for my column, I'll select all of my column parallel to Y, and I'll assign to selected beams, yes. I'll assign, and I'll click on yes. So my design element I'll assign to view is going to take care of my tank itself. Okay, now if all of this are correct, I'll come back to analysis and print. Let me add my analysis. Let me run this analysis again. Good. So let's view output file. So if I come to my results, I click on concrete design. So this is the design. Amazing, right? So if you love what you're seeing, make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. It's actually free. Click on the bell icon so as for you to get a notification whenever I post videos. I post videos like this on a weekly, sometimes on a daily, just to encourage as many that actually want to have a deeper insight of design. Okay, now let's go down to the foundation for this. So we are going to view the detailed drawings for our foundation. So I'm going to include all of this, and then I'm going to run start foundation. So it's actually loading in the background. So if you want to learn any of these softwares with us, ProtaStructure 2021 is very, very much available. You can learn ProtaStructure, you can learn Peak Civil Series, you can learn Around 18, you can learn Civil Cards, Civil 3D, AutoCAD, you can learn staadpro, ETABS, so many other softwares that are included in our packages. You can learn all of that from us. Okay, now you can see all of the footings: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we have here? 3 here, 3 here, 6 plus this is 8. So these are the number of footings that are here. The project ID, the project title, you can give it a name: elevated tank. Okay, so you can actually add all the informations that you want to add here. The name, site's location, located at number 4 in Apaja, Lagos, or wherever it is. The phone number, the email address, the designer, engineer, Johnson, Amos, supervisor, and all of that can be added here. So I'm going to skip all of that for now. If I come down to job setup, if I create a new job, here I'm going to give the name of this job is elevated tank. Well, what am I writing there? Elevated. Sorry, I'm too fast. Tank, right? Here, design code, I'm using B British. And then here is in SI units. So if you're using British, you should use SI units. Okay, good. Now all of this, my loadings, available load cases. These are the load cases. So I'm going to add all of those load cases here. So if I create a job, You can see what I have here. So I'm going to close this and I'll click on this drop down. I'll click down here. You can see my concrete and rebar, the density of concrete, the minimum bar spacing, the maximum bar spacing. You can change all of these values. So that means it's actually not going to go less than 150, and it's going, my spacing is not going to exceed 200. So you can play around with this, okay, just for it to detail for you exactly just the way you want it to come out. And then my minimum bar size is 12 y 12. My maximum bar size is y12. This is, I actually set this way, so you can set it to your own taste. You are free to play around with this. Set as default, so I have set this as default, so whenever I open this software, automatically this is going to be this way, without me correcting anything there. Now this is the site condition. Okay, this is from the results you have gotten from um, analysis from the soil test and all of that. Footing geometry, the minimum length of the footing, minimum width of the footing. I have set this to be 1200, 1200. Minimum thickness of the base is 300. I set this way, so you can actually increase it, you can increase, you can reduce it, and do whatever you actually want to do. But always put at the back of your mind that your design should not just only be safe, but your design should also be economical as well. So do you want to analyze or design? Yes, I actually want to analyze this and design this. So it's going to give me the analysis. You can see this is the report. I can as well print this report. Okay, so this is my report. So you can see it is, for some we have 2.1 by 2.15. Okay, 2.15, 2.15, 2.15. This is 1.65, 1.65, 1.65. So all the bases are not of the same size. Some are a bit, some are larger than others. So we are going to see that when we look at our general arrangement, because it has generated our drawing for us automatically as well. Amazing, right? So we can print this report once we come to our calculation sheet. I'm going to show you that very soon. So you can see the detail and schedule drawing. You can see this is our drawing. Sorry, that thing has gone off. Okay, good. So you can see the reinforcements is actually Y12. You can see the spacing at 200 spacing. You can see the size of this base. You can see the thickness of the column is actually 0.3. Okay, so the software is great, right? You can see how the detailed drawing actually looks like. Not really bad. I think I kind of like the detailing from this software. So you can see this is our general arrangement. So you have like a little schedule here of columns, so telling you the number of columns, and then the marking, and then their size. You can see a 0.300 mm thickness of the base, and then the width is 2.15 by 2.15. For some of them that are here, you can see them here represented clearly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are small, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are bigger. So 4 of them are of the same size, 4 are of the same size as well. So you can see from the general arrangement, it is clearly detailed here. You can even take off this base so as for just your columns alone to be shown in your GA. So save drawing as, you can actually save this drawing as a DWG. You can see the format. You have different format here. We have DWG, we have DXF, we have VDraw, we have JPEG. We have different formats at which you can save this your drawing. Once you save your drawing, it will export it automatically. It will come into your document or whatever folder you have selected for it to be saved. Amazing, right? The software is great. I really like this software as well, as much. Very well, very well. I love this software. Okay. So if you come to calculation sheets, from this at this calculation sheets that we see here can also be exported. Okay. All you need to do is just to click on print. If you click on print, you can see here you can select different formats. You can fax, you can add to printer directly. So this format is great, Microsoft XPS document writer. If you export in this format, you can convert the report to PDF. All you need to do is just to get a converter, XPS to PDF converter. Just download it and you convert it. It converts to PDF. As easy as that. It's not that difficult. So this format, sometimes your phone may not be able to actually view this file because it's not a regular doc file that you are familiar with. But like I said, you can even get the mobile app from your phone where you can convert XPS to PDF, or you can get a XPS viewer on your phone. You can get the Android app on Play Store. Okay, so you can see different formats. All these reports that I have done using staadpro. All of this, you can view them here. I don't want to go to this. Yes, let me replace this with this, and then that file will open exactly just as it is here. So I'm going to close this. Do you want to save changes to? Yes, I just want to save this. Okay, let's go to concrete design. Here we can generate our